This is a podcast about both having autism and living with someone who has autism. My mom is Sonya, and I'm Josh, and this is Josh Has Autism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Josh Has Autism.
Hey!
Oh, that was Bug. Josh's sister is hanging out with me today for this podcast. You know what? There's been some missing podcasts. Yes. And that's because things have been so incredibly busy, stressful, and time consuming. So that's because I think Josh and I talked about this last time when we did a podcast, is that we put the house up for sale one day, then next day we got an offer.
Yeah.
And so everything that comes with that, then there's this flurry of inspections and appraisals and then things that you've got to do because of the inspections and the appraisal and then packing and going through stuff. So it's just been really, really time consuming. And your dad is up in Virginia still. So that's frustrating to me because he's been gone for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
He was here for 4th of July weekend. Woohoo!
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so nice. I miss him.
Yeah, I do too. So anyway, for those of you that are listening, I have just been overwhelmed with all this, so I do like to get a podcast out every Thursday. And it's been difficult because Josh and I do the content, or in this case, Bug and I do the content, and then Josh's dad, Dave, will make it happen. He's like the technical guy that makes it happen. Well, he's working a full-time job, and there's a time difference, and what needs to happen is I need to go up there and learn how to do what he's doing, because it's coming out too late in the day. So it's coming out really late on Thursdays, which is not what we want to happen. Anyway, there's just an awful lot with this move, because we're all moving from Pensacola, Florida, to Newport News, Virginia. And I don't know, I think we said that you're going to go, but you got some big news yourself.
Yes. So we're going as well. And then I guess on Monday morning, our house went on the market. And we got an offer that night. And it is officially under contract as well. So we have, 6 weeks? 5 weeks until we're up there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And we're closing on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, 5 weeks from today to have everything done.
Oh, yeah.
Because then on the 16th, we're signing the contracts.
Yeah.
So I know how it feels for me to go through all this. I know that that's stressful for me. It feels at times really overwhelming, like there's just so much to be done. And I know that getting the houses ready to show was a huge part of this.
Yeah.
Because we really wanted the houses to be super appealing so that people will buy them. That was stressful, getting them to that point. They were fine. The houses were fine before that, but you just have to make things spotless,
Yeah, with toddlers running around.
Yes, and dogs and. But I've noticed that I just wanted to ask you about what your opinion is on how Josh is doing.
He's not. I think that. He has moments where he's okay. Like right now, he's watching the kids, but. Good luck.
Yes.
Who's watching who?
and by watching the kids, it just means he's in the other room. And, right, it's funny. The other room rented a cartoon and for the kids and Josh.
Yeah.
And so, we, if there's anything that happens, we're here, right here. We can hear it.
Yeah.
We can run into, again, rescue whichever one needs to be rescued.
Yeah.
But I've noticed the same thing about him, is that he's just not functioning.
Yeah.
So one of the things, to be specific about it, is that we ask him to do something and it doesn't get done.
Or he tries to do it and he's so not there that he does it, but it's just not done well at all. And it looks terrible. Like Buddy was working for a while, cleaning windows and pressure washing. And he pressure washed my house and he cleaned my windows. And it all had to go back over. And it's not that he wasn't... It's not that he was being lazy. It's not that he was trying to make it not look good. It was, he's not okay. So he's distracted and...
Well, one thing that I know is that in the middle of doing some things that, whatever it is that we ask him to do, he has to stop and go just have his own time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even more than usual.
Yeah.
He's really retreating, needing his own space, needing his own...
Yeah.
And when you talk to him, I don't know if you've talked to him about the move?
Yeah, a little bit.
What does he say to you?
It seems like it's double-edged to him. Like he's gonna miss his friends, and specifically, he's got his friends from D&D, and Chrissy has really just become family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be hard to let go. And at the same time, he's excited about the opportunities in Virginia. So because he's kind of torn in the middle, he just doesn't want to think about it. And that's what he said. He's just, I don't think about it because I don't know what to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's interesting. Because he doesn't know what to feel, he chooses to not think about it so he doesn't have to feel anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't imagine that. I can't.
You can't turn it off?
No.
Because you are a list person.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe. Yeah.
You have things planned out well before the time that it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And you have this checklist that, and not just about the move.
Yeah.
Yes.
RJ, my husband, his name is RJ, and he thought it was so funny a couple years ago. We were planning something. I don't remember what it was, but I had a list. And on my list was to write a list for something else. He thought it was the funniest thing. But that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, that's hysterical. That's hysterical. So in that regard, you and Josh are complete opposites.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Because he has to be reminded and prompted and redirected on taking the steps that he needs to take to accomplish something. And you have it written out. So you just follow the list. There's part of me that feels kind of scared for Josh. And I've been working on just letting that go. Because he even says himself that living here, he's going to miss his friends. He's going to miss Chrissy, who the people that listen know her as Dr. Ogilvy. Mm. And, it's been a really great experience in that regard. There's another part to it that he's expressed, which is that he feels like living here, he's not getting anywhere. Like he's...
I can see that.
Yeah, like he's not moving forward. And to be honest about it, isn't that why we're all moving? Because there's not really job opportunities here.
Yeah.
It's one of the downfalls of living here. I would say the downfall, because if jobs were easy to have and easy to find, then we wouldn't be moving.
Yeah. I think that, really, your comedy and your speeches and everything, you can't really do that here. RJ and I have jobs, and we have really good jobs. But our passions and our heart are not here. And with you guys leaving and us needing to follow our careers that we're passionate about, if we're going to start over, we might as well start over with our family right there. That's what makes sense. I think families should stick together. If you can.
I agree with that. And it just, we've talked about moving for a while because the job opportunities were lacking. And you both have jobs. But RJ installs solar panels. So just keep in mind that he's up on a roof when it's 99 degrees without the humidity.
Yeah.
And and he's exhausted.
Dead.
He's exhausted, and he's an artist.
Yeah.
He's got a college degree, and he's, that's not putting down the job, because I have great respect for, he's really grown in that position. He's been put in charge.
Emotionally, mentally, physically.
Yes. I used to tell him to eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
Eat a sandwich, dude, because he was so skinny, and now this is definitely...
The other day I walked in and go, "Hey, Farmer Stan."
Yeah. Well, it also feels like so you two have good jobs.
Yeah.
And they're not, like you say, you're not passionate about those jobs. They're not filling you up in a way that you need to follow your heart and go and do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
You're planning on finishing college.
Yeah.
And then going into, we'll see what after that, going into actually another degree as well. So it's not just like it's fly by night here. The situation is that we're a really close family. We help each other out. We're there for each other. And I'm grateful that you're going, because it was, the idea of going without you, without the kids, was just, heartbreaking. But that's what would have happened because your dad got the job up there.
Right.
So with Josh, it feels like he has a good handle on the fact that living here means that he's not really moving forward. And it feels the same way with, as far as I'm concerned, with all of us.
Right.
That we're just, as your dad put it, we're living, we're alive, but we're not living.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to make Pensacola sound so terrible. For us, it's just not where we need to be.
Yeah.
And
Pensacola is filled of wonderful people.
I agree.
I have made absolutely a home out of my church, and I've met some really great people along the way through work. So the people are what, and it's the same thing with Buddy. It's the people that we're gonna miss.
Buddy is Josh.
Oh yeah, sorry.
She's called him Buddy since they were tiny.
So the people are what make Pensacola.
And the
beach.
And the beach. Yes. The turquoise water, the white sands. Yes, absolutely. It is the people. That's what's going to be hard leaving.
Yeah.
That is. And so I know that Josh is feeling that. We've tried to include him in everything. We've tried to say, I will say this, before I go on. The roofer was coming yesterday. Nana had to go into the emergency room again yesterday.
Yep.
So I was at the emergency room. The things needed to be moved out of the way for the roofer to get up to the garage. And I wasn't here to do it. And I asked your brother to do it. And not only did he do it, he pulled the ladder down for the roofer to be able to get up there. So he was on his game yesterday. And what happens is he focused, and then when he was done, that was it.
For the whole day.
Yeah, for the whole day. For the whole day. Because whatever pressure he feels normally on a daily basis when things are steady and a pattern can be relied on, that intensity, that pressure that he's feeling on his body is just, compounded, and it's something that he's really struggling to be okay with that pressure that he's feeling. At the same time, I try to talk to him about the positives about moving. I feel like he's excited about some things. Dr. Ogilvy had an idea about, because he loves doing the speeches, about getting him into a Toastmasters up there.
I think that's perfect.
I do too. And this is something for him to work on himself, to be able to move forward with that. There's plenty of libraries where
Have you talked to him about that?
Mm-hmm.
What does he think?
He likes the idea.
Okay.
Yes, he likes the idea. Excuse me, because he wants to participate more in the speeches, and I think that would be, aside from working with me, I think that that's really something that's going to help him to be fulfilled, to feel good about himself. Because you can see when he's doing this, when he's up in front of a room full of people doing the Q&As, he's like alive. You know what I mean? He's just really, enjoyable to listen to, funny. He can articulate exactly what autism feels like for him, which is so helpful. So I think that plus the libraries, so many more libraries. I need to let go of being scared for him, and I need to let go of being concerned for him. It's just what I've done for so long.
Right.
Specifically, the traffic is so much heavier up there. And
I imagine there's a bus route if he wanted that.
He wants a car.
He does.
And
okay, then that is scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get him a helmet too.
Drive a car with wearing a helmet.
Extra protection.
So, anyway, has he talked to you about any other things that he's been feeling, any experiences that he's having?
No, I mean he's just pretty much told me he's not thinking about it because he doesn't want to. Mm-hmm. It's easier that way, and that's true. It is.
Yeah.
Whenever something hard is going on, I mean, in any situation, not just moving, not just autism, not just Buddy,
right.
It's easier to not think about stuff.
Right.
So it makes sense that that's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'm doing my best to be patient when, the things have to be done. Like boom, 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 things need to be done. And Josh doesn't hurry.
No.
For any reason. So I'm really having to plan ahead of time, even more so. Because in being in Josh's life, what's important is that I give him advance notice of something. If the kids are going to be here, he needs to know the kids are going to be here. He needs to know the days of the week that we're going to have the kids. If he has an appointment, he needs to know about that. If there's been a change in appointment, that can throw him off. If that change happens that day, when he's been counting on that particular thing to happen, even if he's not looking forward to it, but if it's been on the schedule and that changes, that can, without the move taking place, that can upset him for the day.
Right.
So I'm really trying to give him heads up on everything right now. And what's happening, excuse me, is that because there's so much involved in this whole process, sometimes I'm not doing a very good job of that. Right.
Well, I don't know how you can. We get phone calls and it's like, oh, get out of your house.
Well, that was, he did, I just got to tell you, I was so proud of him with that. So when you sell a house now, it's so cool from the last time we did it. which was just 5 years ago. But now they send you a text.
Yeah.
And so once the house goes on the market, you get a text saying somebody was requesting an appointment at a certain time. And then you can say yes or no. And it happened, it was, what did you get, like 5 in one day? You know?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what we got, and then we did it, even though we got the offer the next day, until contracts are signed, you keep showing. So I was concerned about that with your brother, and that how was that going to be okay? And what I did was just tell him, okay, this day, when the showings happen, we are going to just plan on being out of the house. And I had told him that he could do what he wanted to do when we leave the house. So to keep in mind something he'd like to do, and while I can't tell him the exact time that we could do it, know that was going to happen. That's the best that I could do.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was the best that I could do, because I didn't know that. We did have a 2-hour window, but, you know, still 2 hours. That's not a lot for Josh at times.
No.
It's not enough for Josh at times. So, anyway, that's how we handled that. But there's just so many uncertainties. And I want him to be included. And one of the things also that's happening is we didn't find a house to buy up there. So...
Well, I don't think it's smart to buy a house that you don't see.
I agree completely. So for numerous reasons, but
Although that's what the people who bought our house, they still haven't seen it.
Right, sight unseen.
That blows my mind.
Yeah. So anyway, Dad went looking, and there's nothing that really jumped out at him, because the plan was that if he found something that he really loved, I would just drive up there, take a look at it. We could put in an offer and what have you. That didn't happen, so we're moving into an apartment. Dad and I haven't lived in an apartment in 31 years. So I don't know. And the apartment is less than half the size of our house.
Has Buddy ever lived in an apartment?
When he was born.
So no.
No. When he came home from the hospital, he was in an apartment, and then your dad got transferred.
He might love it.
He might.
He might absolutely love it, because you can wander around the complex and there's stuff to do.
Right.
And there's little escapes, and he can take his books and his computer if he wants to get out of the house and go to the main center, and he might love that. That might be so good for him.
That would be awesome. If that was the case, that would be awesome. So we'll see. It's exciting. Here's what I'm excited about of apartment. No yard work.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. So we'll live there for, I think your dad, we don't have the apartment yet. Ours is going to be available like August 1st. Yours is available August 16th.
Yeah.
Here's what's weird about this whole thing.
Yeah.
So what I found out when you get in apartments, I mean, you don't get to say what apartment you go to. They say what's available and what you get. And so this is totally wild. They have different buildings within this apartment complex. There's different buildings, and you got your apartment first.
Yeah.
An apartment came available in the same building.
Yes.
One floor up, just around on the other side. How wild is that?
It's so nice. I'm so excited.
It's just crazy. I'm like, wow. So many things are coming together like that.
Yeah.
You know, so we're excited, and I think that's interesting. It's an interesting concept that your brother might really enjoy living in an apartment.
Yeah.
He might. Mm-hmm. But I also would really like to make sure that he has a car, so that he can go and do what he so he can feel more independent.
Yeah.
As much as that makes me nervous.
Well, we'll figure that part out.
Yep. So I'm not sure, other than what we're doing, is that the move itself, other than explaining it, verbalizing everything that's on its way, to give him time to move slow, because he's going to move slow.
Yeah.
And giving him the ability at this point also right now to get out of the house when he needs to. And that's been more and more the case, that he just needs to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that. Because even while things are comfortable right now, there's still stress, because now we're putting stuff in boxes.
Right.
Now we're taking stuff down off the walls so his surroundings are not the same. There's a bathroom that he uses that's the plan for today, is to take those items off the wall.
Right.
And box them up. For a person that likes things to be the same, it feels to me that could feel pretty traumatic.
Yeah.
So,
Have you talked to him about that?
I haven't had that conversation with him, but it's on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that,
which makes me think too that when I say about that bathroom, we're in my office right now, and I will probably box things up in my office and give him a couple days notice about his bathroom.
I think that, okay, so Buddy is absolutely, we can all see that he's shutting down and he's having a harder time. Mm-hmm. But I think that what he's going through and what's going on emotionally with him mm-hmm. isn't so much each detail. I think it's a culmination of everything. Mm-hmm. So that might not, I mean, obviously, yes, please give him a couple days to deal with it, because mm-hmm. that's what he needs on a day-to-day basis. But mm-hmm. I don't know if necessarily that's going to make him go deeper off the end of the, whatever. I think that it's just going to continue where he's at until we get to Virginia, until we get stable, until we get to where we need to be. I think that he's going to stay in the state of funk.
Well, and he's very detail oriented. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to do is include him in what's on its way.
Right.
So in this apartment, there's a layout. Dad and I get the master bedroom, and there's 2 other bedrooms.
Yeah.
We did that deliberately because it's a little bit more square footage, and also I need an office.
Yeah.
But your brother gets to choose what other bedroom he wants. Mm-hmm. I also feel like I want to include him on how things are arranged. One of the things, that's happening is downsizing.
Yeah.
Like I said, that the apartment is less than half what our house is. And I don't want all of our, stuff to just be sitting in storage for a year. So
it'll rot.
Well, we'll just get rid of it so somebody can use it.
Right.
And anyway, my point is that I want to include him in all of that. So your dad chooses the recliner because he needs a recliner for his back. But other than that, your brother, I want him to be included in that whole process and what we get, where we put stuff.
Wait, are you getting rid of your recliner couch?
Yeah.
I like that thing. I want it.
You want it?
Yeah.
All right, you can have
it. Score.
All right. Yeah. Just wheel and deal. So I'm just trying to include him in all that and just everything that I can think of. So if you could think of anything else that can help him to be included, then just please let me know. Also, you having conversations with him would help. Yeah. Just 5 weeks now. Oh, that's going to be so fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're at the, I still have my,
With your house?
Yeah.
The appraisal?
Yes.
The inspection?
Yes. I still have those left, but I mean, I'm at the same point you are. In the house is sold. Now we have to pack.
Yes.
So being that we're at the same point in all of it, we can really help each other out. And I think that's going to be a smoother transition than before when we're both trying to get our houses ready. I couldn't come over and help you all the time, and Buddy wasn't able to, so you had to do everything on your own.
Right.
But with the packing and with all of that, I'll be able to help you, and so will RJ. And
cool.
The kids can pretend.
Connor helps me shred papers.
Does he?
Yep.
I bet he loves that.
Oh, he loves it. Yeah, he does. He does.
He's such a character.
Yeah. So, Josh has been, out of sorts.
Yeah.
And the kids are feeling the stress.
Oh, yeah.
So there have been some days where they are so naughty. They're just, it's like I need to have like octopus arms because I have to do so many things all at once. They pick something up, I take it down, I put it down. While the other one's picking up, I take it. It's that fast. So yeah.
Well, we should stop giving them coffee.
That's funny. So anyway, it's been pretty crazy. This podcast, like the last one that your brother and I did, feels it to me scattered. Unorganized. It's because that's how life feels right now. It's very different. Most of the time I have questions written down. I have a plan. And things just feel very stressful and uncomfortable at times right now. And I just, so I would like to get the podcast out every Thursday. I don't know if that's going to happen until we're up in Virginia and settled. The plan is to do it, but we've missed some, and it's just because there's just no time in to do it. So anyway, I everybody that's listening, I appreciate you sticking with us and listening, and your comments and your emails, and it means so much to us, and your understanding that we're going through some pretty crazy stuff right now that's really overload.
Yep.
So I just really value you listening. I do want to say one thing. Happy anniversary, Nana and Pappy.
Yes.
Nana and Pappy. Yep. So it's Nana's been back in the hospital again. I think that she's got something called C. diff.
Yep.
It's again. Yes, it's again, and it's really, really complicated and difficult to get over, and so we just wish her well. Excuse me. Send tons of love to you, Nana.
Love you, Bones.
Bug, thanks for doing this podcast with me again. It was like not organized.
That's all right.
Not even a little.
That's all right. We talked about Josh. That's
yeah, doing the best we can. So, again, thank you everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us and listening and subscribing. And we will hopefully be back next Thursday. And that'll be the plan. We'll try to stay on top of things. But wish us well. This is a big undertaking, a big adventure, new adventure that we're all going on. I'm excited.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
Yes, yes. So, thank you so much, everybody. Love you.
Bye.